Give and go. Good shot. Go, 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 go.
It's time for live coverage of Prep Spring Sports on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station. Our broadcast is brought to you in part by our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Tacos Chava, Together for Youth, and Valley Tractor. Now let's head to the field for all the action live on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
Clinton makes it a 5-0 ball game.
Hello and welcome everyone to Big Nine Baseball here on the NCWLIFE channel. Our opening night of baseball coverage that we plan on covering throughout the spring, as well as 4A and 1A girls softball. So it should be a fun spring here on the baseball diamond tonight. It's the Eastmont Wildcats taking on the Wenatchee Panthers. These two teams already hooked up back on Tuesday night. Wenatchee came out victorious in that game by a score of 18-6. Tonight, doubleheader. So we have two games for you tonight on the NCWLIFE channel, and so far this season, it is early in the year, only 3 games played. Wenatchee 3-0, Eastmont 0-3, and as I mentioned, these two teams hooked up on Tuesday night, and right now Wenatchee pretty much doing everything right, scoring lots of runs and not giving up many so far this year, while Eastmont struggling a little bit on the mound so far this season, giving up 43 runs so far in their first 3 games. So game number 1 coming your way as our pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE channel right after this.
The Wenatchee Bighorns are back in action against the Salem Capitals in TBL play on Thursday, April 17th. Join Grant Olson and Jamie Council with all the action here on the NCWLIFE channel. W.B. Smith Gym on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College is the home for Bighorns basketball, and you can see it live here on the NCWLIFE channel.
And Grant Olson back with you in the press box here at Rec Park. 0-1, or should say 1-0 count on the shortstop Tice Llewellyn. He's the first batter for Eastmont here tonight. Foul tips that one, and our count goes to even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Boy, didn't know about weather coming into this one with some clouds and a little bit of rain shower activity today. It's still kind of dark out there, but a pretty darn nice afternoon for baseball with temperatures somewhere in the mid-50s. Once again, Eastmont so far this season trying to find their first victory, 0-3. Only 1 league game has been played so far. Here's the pitch from Nolan Godfrey. It's a little outside, and the count goes to 2-1. Nolan Godfrey has made 2 appearances for the Panthers so far this year. Ball is swung on by Llewellyn and fouled over the fence here down the left field, or the third base line. Godfrey, I mentioned, 1-0 with 2 appearances so far this season. So he's had a pretty good year so far, and he gets the start here in game number 1 of our doubleheader. That pitch high and outside. And the count goes full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, just underway here from Rec Park. Beautiful Rec Park. As the sun begins to come out a little bit, ball's fouled straight back, and the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, Wenatchee has just been stingy giving up runs so far this year. Have only given up 9 runs in their first 3 games. That ball just outside misses, and Tice Llewellyn walks here in his first at bat. That'll bring up the center fielder, Valente Barrios. Another left-handed batter facing the right-handed Nolan Godfrey for the Panthers. Barrios so far, .250 average on this young season. Toss over to first base, and Llewellyn back safely. Barrios has had 8 at-bats so far this season. Had 2 hits, so he's 2 of 8 so far in this young season. Shows bunt, bunts through it, and that's a strike. And it's 0-1 to the center fielder, Valente Barrios. Godfrey looks over to first. Llewellyn, good lead over there. Once again, bunt, and it is down to the pitcher, Godfrey, forced to go to first, dug out nicely there by the first baseman, Raiden Haynes, and that is out number one. But Llewellyn does make it over to second base. So the Wildcats here with the runner in scoring position, and that brings up the pitcher, Bodie Yale, tonight. Yale so far, he's 3 of 11 on the season, .273 average. First pitch, curveball, just misses high and inside, ball one. Once again, the shortstop, Tice Llewellyn, on at second base. 1 out here in the first inning. The pitch from Godfrey, hit down to the first baseman, Haynes. That sends Llewellyn to third, and that is out number 2.
The third baseman, number 18, Isaac Ontiveros.
Up next, the cleanup hitter is Isaac Ontiveros. He's the third baseman. Once again, runner at third base, it's Tice Llewellyn. Curveball in there, strike. Nice pitch by Nolan Godfrey. Isaac Ontiveros, .250 on the season, 2 of 8 so far from the plate. Here's Godfrey's pitch, high with that curveball. Count goes even now. 1 ball, 1 strike here, 2 outs, top of the first inning. Game number 1 of our doubleheader here on the NCWLIFE channel. Godfrey pitch over that time. That's a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now on the cleanup hitter, Isaac Ontiveros. Godfrey checks the runner, Llewellyn at third, brings the pitch home and fools Ontiveros on that one, and he strikes out for out number 3. After the half an inning here at Rec Park, no score. Wenatchee and Eastmont. We're back with Wenatchee at bat in 60 seconds. Stay with us.
A new video game, a movie, dinner with friends. There are a lot of things worth saving up for. Vapes aren't cheap, and buying pods over and over can stop you from affording things you want more. When it comes to your money, choose what matters. Choose you.
When life gets stressful, jumping into your passions can help you find your calm. Avoid vapes, which contain nicotine and can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up. Time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Big Nine Baseball on the NCWLIFE channel is also brought to you by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge, 100% real cheese, and freshly rolled dough. Order online at abbys.com. Also by Apple Valley Honda. Test drive a new Honda today at Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. Apple Valley Honda, committed to preserving the environment, not only with fuel-efficient vehicles, but also with other eco-friendly actions and alternatives. Great to have you along. Game number 1 of our doubleheader on the NCWLIFE channel. And Wenatchee comes to bat. Eastmont had a threat at third base, couldn't get the runner home. And Tice Llewellyn, with an opening game walk, is left stranded at third base. First batter up for the Panthers will be Owen Irvin. And he'll be followed, he's the center fielder. The pitcher, Nolan Godfrey, will bat second. Matthew Butler, the shortstop, will bat third. Owen Irvin on the season. He's a junior, by the way. .429 average. He's 3 of 7 from the plate in the Panthers' first 3 games. First pitch from Bodie Yale, fastball late on that swing as Irvin. It fouls into the backstop down the first base line. Irvin, as I mentioned, a junior. Juniors and seniors on this Panther team. Here's Bodie Yale. Next pitch. Took something off that one. Over the plate. Strike one. Count goes 0-2 now. Against the Panther leadoff batter, Irvin. Yale doesn't take a whole lot of time on the mound. Looks. Here he's ready to fire. Ball is hit hard, but right at the shortstop, Tice Llewellyn. And that is out number one for the Panthers. That'll bring up Nolan Godfrey, the pitcher for the Panthers. Godfrey, so far on this season, not a lot of luck for the plate. 1 of 7 so far, the left-handed batter. Here's Yale. The pitch swung on. First pitch fouled towards the Wenatchee dugout. 0-1 to count. These two teams met up at Paul Thomas Senior Field on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College on Tuesday night. Interesting ball game there. That ball is outside. Count goes 1-1 now. Interesting game at Wenatchee Valley College. Eastmont jumped all over the Panthers 6-0 in the first inning. And then the Panthers went on to score 18 unanswered runs in that game at Wenatchee Valley College. That ball gets away from the catcher, Manny Barrios. It's a ball, and the count goes 2-1. One out here, bottom of the first inning, no score from Rec Park. Yale, the delivery, swung on, fouled straight back. That evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Yale. Outside, just didn't break like he wanted it to, and that takes the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on here. 1 out for the Panthers. Top of the first inning. Yale, the pitch, swung on. Hit out shallow left field. The left fielder glides over there to grab it, Cal Hunter, and that is out number 2. I'll bring up the third hitter for the Panthers in the number 3 spot, the shortstop, Matthew Butler for Wenatchee. And boy, is he having a season. 4 for 9 from the plate with 4 RBIs in the first 3 games, batting .444 for Wenatchee in the first 3 games. Here's the pitch by Yale. Fastball low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. To the number 3 hitter, Matthew Butler. On deck is James Butler, the catcher for the Panthers. Fastball again, just catches that outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 Butlers for the Panthers in this one, and 2 Barrioses for the Eastmont Wildcats. Swing and a miss. Count goes 1-2 now on the Panther shortstop. 2 out, nobody on here, bottom of the first. Here's the pitch from Yale. Curveball in there, strike 3. So that does it for the Panthers, and that does it for our first inning. No runs, no hits for the Panthers, and after 1 here from Rec Park, it is Wenatchee nothing and Eastmont nothing. We're back to the ballpark here in 90 seconds. Stay with us.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan?
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
You know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
All right, top of the second inning we go. Eastmont bringing up the right fielder, Jack Swedberg. He swung and a miss on his first pitch. This one inside, and that takes the count even now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the second, no score in game number 1 of our doubleheader. Wenatchee and Eastmont here tonight. Here's the pitch by Godfrey. Just outside once again. 2 balls, 1 strike. The left-handed batter, Jack Swedberg. Here's the pitch. Low on that fastball. That will take the count now to 2-1. On a really nice afternoon here in the Wenatchee Valley. Starting to see some peaks of blue sky out there now. That ball way inside and does just get a piece of Swedberg. And he will actually go to first base, hit by a pitch. And that'll bring up the first baseman now, Ryan Walt. Right-handed batter. Big kid, only a sophomore. Looking for his first hit of this season. His 6 at-bats. And there's the runner, Swedberg. Stolen base as he goes to second. That'll bring a runner in scoring position now for the Wildcats. No out here in the top of the second inning. Ryan Walt, I mentioned 6'2", 250-pounder for the Wildcats. Got a lot of girth up there, and I'm guessing a lot of power, too. He's trying to get Swedberg home, who stands at second base. Swing and a miss, just a little late on that fastball. And it's now 1 ball, 1 strike on the big first baseman. Godfrey takes a look at Swedberg, brings it home outside on that fastball. 2-1 now the count. Godfrey peeks at Swedberg. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. And that is strike number 3. So the second strikeout of the night for Nolan Godfrey. Also got Isaac Ontiveros at the bottom of the first inning. And that brings up the catcher now, Manny Barrios. Barrios also looking for his first hit on the season. So far 0 for 4. Outside on that curveball. 1-0 the count. On the Eastmont catcher, once again standing at second base, Jack Swedberg was hit by a pitch, stole this base. And the Wildcats with that runner in scoring position. Godfrey gives him a little look, not too serious about that. On this 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Godfrey outside corner gets that one. Evens up the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Decent crowd on hand here at Rec Park for an afternoon game. Probably a few more folks will filter in for the second game tonight. Another curveball over the outside corner, strike 2. 1-2 now the count. 1 out here, top of the second. Jack Swedberg stands at second base. Godfrey gives him a look, brings it home. Ball is fouled back into the backstop. And our count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Godfrey looks into James Butler, his catcher, gets the sign. Here's the pitch outside. That evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So far in the Big Nine, nobody undefeated. I mentioned Wenatchee was 3-0. They are not 3-0. Wenatchee did lose their first ball game to Sela, who's turning out to be quite a power down in Yakima. Sela also defeated Eastmont earlier this season. So that's the only loss for the Panthers so far this year, and they lost to Sela by a score of 3-0, beat Ephrata 15-0, and then defeated Eastmont Tuesday night 18-6. Eastmont also has played a tough non-league schedule, losing to Sela 10-3, and then to Western Washington Power Bothell 15-4. And then, as I mentioned, that loss to Wenatchee is Manny Barrios continues to foul these pitches off from Godfrey, and our count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch over the head at that time of Manny Barrios. Now our count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes here. Top of the second with 1 out and no score from Rec Park. Godfrey checks the runner, comes home now. Grounder, it's foul. Ryan Rainbolt made an effort at it, the Wenatchee third baseman, but couldn't get to it, and our count remains full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Godfrey, the pitch. Shallow pop-up right field. The right fielder there for the Panthers is Griffin Butler, makes the catch, and that is out number 2. Tagging up at second is Swedberg as he races to third base, and once again, the Wildcats have a runner at third base with 2 outs. They had one last inning, too, and left him there. Can they get him in here this time? Brings up Cal Hunter, the left fielder for the Wildcats. Cal Hunter, 6'2", 175-pound junior. Here's the pitch, Godfrey, fastball high and outside. Cal Hunter on the season is 1 for 3, a .333 batting average on this early part of the season. Swing and a miss. That evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, runner at third is Jack Swedberg. He was hit by a pitch, stole second, and then just tagged up and made it to third on that fly ball to right field by Manny Barrios. Here's the pitch. Godfrey misses just outside. 2-1 the count. Godfrey looking in. Foul back into the backstop, straight back. That keeps our count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, Godfrey hit hard, left field, base hit. That'll score Swedberg. On that base hit to left field. Swedberg scores, and Eastmont now leads it 1-0. That brings up the 9th hitter in the lineup, Colt Mosier. Mosier's a junior, 5'10", 130-pounder. Runner at first base. Here's the pitch. Strike. Throw over to first base. Hunter back there. He's the only runner right now. That base hit to left field that scored Jack Swedberg. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Low and outside on that. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 5th batter for the Wildcats here, the top of the 2nd. That pitch right down the middle, strike 2. Well, the Panthers had a runner, Eastmont had a runner at third base in the first, couldn't get him in, but they do here in the second. And have a runner at first diving back into first base, Cal Hunter. 1-2 on the batter, Colt Mosier, the second baseman for Eastmont. Here's the pitch by Godfrey. Swing, late swing, and a miss, and that is out number 3. One hit for the Eastmont Wildcats and a run. And after 1.5, it's Eastmont 1 and Wenatchee nothing. We're back with the bottom of the second inning in 60 seconds. Stay with us.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
To the bottom of the second inning we go. Eastmont leading at 1-0 on that base hit by Cal Hunter, scoring Jack Sweetberg. And first up, the cleanup hitter for the Panthers is the catcher, James Butler. Butler, a senior for the Panthers so far this season, batting an unbelievable .556, 5 for 9 from the plate in the first 3 games for James Butler. So look for something here. Yale. Pitch inside on the fastball, ball 1. Only once hit so far in this one. Wenatchee 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the first. Here's Yale. Catches that outside corner on that pitch. Hunter asks the umpire. Did look just a tad outside. It takes the count even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball low in the dirt, 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's Yale on a 2-1 pitch. Just misses. That takes the count, 3 balls and 1 strike on one of the hottest hitters for Wenatchee right now, James Butler. The 3-1 pitch, low and outside, and Butler walks. So the Panthers, their first base runner of the night, and that brings up second baseman Brock Toffness. So far this season, batting at a .400 clip, 2 of 5 from the plate for the Panthers second baseman.
Courtesy runner at first base, Thomas Ivy.
Toffness is a senior for the Panthers. A lot of juniors and seniors for the Panthers, and a big turnout for baseball this spring for Wenatchee. Right-handed batter Toffness steps in. Once again, James Butler on at first base. 1-0, Eastmont on top, bottom of the second. Throw over to first. Butler back safely. On deck is third baseman Ryan Rainbolt. Strike 1 on the batter, Toffness. Concerned with the runner. Throw back over to first base. It looks like we may have a pinch runner in there. Thomas Ivy, number 4, is standing at first base. The hit was James Butler, but it is, in fact, Thomas Ivy standing at first base for the Panthers. Here's the pitch by Yale outside as Ivy gets back to first base. But 1 ball, 1 strike here. Nobody out, bottom of the second inning. All right, sun begins to peek out here at Rec Park, turning into a really nice afternoon here after a few just sprinkles here earlier today. 1-1 the count, nobody out. The batter, Brock Toffness. pitch is high, takes the count to 2-1. And once again, pinch runner at first base is senior Thomas Ivy. James Butler, the catcher, drew the walk, and Ivy out there to run the bases for the Panthers. Yale looks in on this 2-1 count, late on that swing. Toughness, good fastball by Yale, and that evens up the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yale looks in on the 2-2 count. Took something off that one. There goes Ivy to second. Late jump out by a mile. And that is the first out here in this ball game. Toughness at the plate, full count. With 1 down now here in the bottom of the second. Yale to pitch. Curveball in there, strike 3. And that's out number 2, and the second strikeout for Bodie Yale in this one. Brings up big third baseman Ryan Rainbolt. .429 batting average so far this season, 3 of 7 from the plate. Boy, just crowds that plate, does the third baseman Ryan Rainbolt. Here's the pitch from Yale. And it hits Rainbolt in the left arm. I mentioned he stands awfully close to the plate. And Rainbolt will go to first base with 1 out, or 2 outs rather, here in the bottom of the second. Ryan Branham now to the plate for the Panthers. He is a junior. Branham 3 of 6, or I should say 2 of 5 so far from the plates this year. Ball gets away from the catcher Manny Barrios. He gets it back, and it really won't allow Rainbolt to move to second, so he's still at first with 2 outs. 0-1 count to the Panther left fielder Branham. Here's the pitch outside. Nice stop by Barrios, and that evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rainbolt gets his lead off of first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball in there, outside corner, strike 2. Here's the pitch, hit hard by Branham into left field. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder, Hunter. And that sends Rainbolt to first, and a base hit for Ryan Branham. So that brings up the first baseman now, Raiden Haynes, the lefty for the Panthers. Raiden Haynes, only a sophomore for Wenatchee. Still looking for his first hit in this early part of the season. And he gets it right here. A sharp shot into right field. Will they send Rainbolt? They're going to hold him up at third base, and that'll load up the bases for the Panthers. And bring up the number 9 hitter, Griffin Butler, the right fielder. Butler, a sophomore for the Panthers. I mentioned 3 Butlers on the Panther team. Right-handed batter. Boy, and an opportunity here for Wenatchee now with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning.
Right fielder number 5, Griffin Butler.
Boy, and he's playing some baseball this year. 5 of 9 so far from the plate for Griffin Butler. Takes that change up high. 1-0 the count. Haynes at first base, Branham at second, Rainbolt at third. Here's the shot into right field. It's going to get into the gap between right and center. Here comes Rainbolt. Branham scores to the plate now. Here comes Haynes, and Butler clears the bases, and the Panthers take a 3-1 lead. So What a hit. Griffin Butler, the sophomore, coming through for the Panthers. And just like that, the Panthers lead at 3-1. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Owen Irvin again. He lined out to shortstop his first time up. Pitch by Yale, hit hard, base hit again, and that will score Griffin Butler. And an RBI for Owen Irvin. Panthers now with 4 hits in a row after Rainbolt was hit by a pitch, and that'll bring up the lefty now, Nolan Godfrey.
And the pitcher number 2, Nolan Godfrey.
Here's the pitch by Yale. Godfrey swings on the first pitch, fouls it to the left side. And it's 0-1 here. Bottom of the second, Panthers 4-1 lead here. With the lefty, Nolan Godfrey also pitching for the Panthers. Yale throw over to first base. Irvin back safely. Godfrey has a hit in 6 at-bats so far this year. Another throw over to first by Yale. Irvin dives back safely. 5 hits and 4 runs now for the Panthers here. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 1 hit, 1 run so far for Eastmont. 4-1 our score. Another throw to first base as Irvin a big lead over there. No balls, 1 strike on the Panther pitcher Nolan Godfrey. Wild pitch over the head of Barrios. That'll send Irvin to second base, and the Panthers now with another runner in scoring position. One ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here, bottom of the second. Runner at second base is Owen Irvin. Swung on, belted into left field. That's going to get into the gap. Run down, though, by the center fielder. Barrios is sliding into second base. Nolan Godfrey as Owen Irvin scores from second. And the Panthers now lead it 5-1. Boy, what an inning here for the Panthers. And a timeout called by Eastmont coach Darren Hoff to talk things over. We might see a pitching change here. Yale struggling now, has given up 6 consecutive hits. 1 a triple and 1 a double. Here we are, bottom of the second inning, and the Panthers lead at 5-1 now on 6 hits. Still a conference out at the mound, and boy, the Panthers, I mentioned it, have really scored some runs so far this season. On their way to that 2-1 record. 33 runs for so far, the Wenatchee Panthers. They've scored that many and given up 9 so far this season, while Eastmont has given up 43 runs in their first 3 games. But I did mention, boy, Eastmont has played one heck of a tough pre-league schedule, and then they get Wenatchee right off the bat on Tuesday night. So a tough start for the Wildcats. We'll see if they can come back in this one. It's still early as Matthew Butler comes to the plate. Struck out his first time up. Once again, runner at second base, Nolan Godfrey. Here's the pitch by Yale. Fastball high, 1-0 the count. On deck for the Panthers is the catcher, James Butler. Yale checks Godfrey at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball strike. Evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now Barrios comes to the mound for a little conference with Yale. Big Nine Baseball, we want to thank our platinum supporter of sports here on the NCWLIFE channel, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling in Wenatchee. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Give them a call today at 509-662-86842. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second for the Panthers. Panthers up 5-1 here, bottom of the second. Yale to the plate. Ball is hit. Fly ball into right field. That's Jack Swedberg makes the catch, and that is out number 3. But a big inning for the Panthers. 5 hits, 5 runs. And as we go to the top of the 3rd inning, it's Wenatchee 5 and Eastmont 1. Back with more baseball here on the NCWLIFE channel in 60 seconds.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Big Nine Baseball on the NCWLIFE channel, brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Aqua Therapy, Sports Biomechanics, Orthopedic Physical Therapy, Orthotics, all you need to keep moving. Find them online at biosports.net. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 5-1 Wenatchee. Go to the top of the 3rd inning in the top of the order. Tice Llewellyn up there. He's the shortstop. Walked his first time up. Inside, about clipped him that time, and that's ball 1 as Nolan Godfrey stays in the lineup. 1 run and 1 hit so far from Godfrey. As Eastmont is looking desperately for some offensive firepower. Llewellyn, a little late on that one. Over the 3rd base fencing, and count goes even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Llewellyn, left-handed batter. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, swung on, pop up into left field. That's Ryan Branham with the catch, and that's out number 1. That brings up the catcher, Valente Barrios.
Number 6, Valente Barrios.
Grounded out to the second baseman, Brock Toftness, his first time up. Another lefty shows bunt, does get it down. The bunt is in between the players and nobody home to cover first, and Barrios will get on. And a runner at first for the Wildcats. Panthers kind of in no man's land there. It was a weird looking bunt. The pitcher, the second baseman, and the first baseman all converged on it. It dropped in between all 3 of them. And Barrios on a fielder's choice at first base. That brings up the right-handed hitter, Bodie Yale, pitching tonight. Grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. In this 5-1 ball game, 2 hits for the Wildcats, 6 hits for the Panthers. Here we are, top of the 3rd inning. Runner at first base, Valente Barrios. Godfrey, the pitcher for the Panthers. Barrios tries to steal second base. Nice throw from the catcher, Butler. They get Barrios, and that is out number 2. That brings up the number 3, I should say, Bodie Yale still in there. That was a out at second base, so 2 outs here in the top of the third. Here's the pitch from Godfrey in the dirt and outside. Another nice stop by Butler. 2 balls, 1 strike now to the Eastmont pitcher, Bodie Yale. Godfrey, the delivery, ground ball, third base. It just foul in front of the base. I don't think Rainbolt would have had a play at first anyway with good speed from Bodie Yale at the plate. Base is empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. 2 out here, top of the third. Bodie Yale at the plate. Here's the pitch. Ball hit to the shortstop, Matthew Butler. Throw over to first base, too high. And Yale will be forced to stay at first base. Panthers trying to claim he headed for second and went out of the base path, so a tag was applied, but no go there, and Yale will stay at first base. So our first error of the ball game, and it's on the shortstop for the Panthers, Matthew Butler. Isaac Ontiveros now on up to the plate with 2 outs here, top of the third. Eastmont a runner at first, it's Bodie Yale. Josh Skyleman, the head coach of the Panthers, out chatting with the umpire, and I think he was trying to say that Yale did head to second after he saw that wild pitch. The tag was applied by Raiden Haynes, the first baseman. But I think we're going to keep things just as they are. But a rightful question from the head coach of the Panthers, Josh Skyleman.
Number 18, Isaac Ontiveros.
So here's Ontiveros, the third baseman. Struck out his first time up. Strike from Godfrey. 0-1 the count. Godfrey on the mound, looks in. 2 outs here, top of the third. The pitch swung on, hit hard into right field, but right at Griffin Butler makes the catch, and that is out number 3. So the Wildcats strand a couple of runners, get a runner thrown out at second, and that does it for the Wildcats here in the top of the third. Our score remains Wenatchee 5 and Eastmont 1. We're back to Rec Park here in 60 seconds.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new mid-size Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
When life gets stressful, jumping into your passions can help you find your calm. Avoid vapes, which contain nicotine and can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
Vape companies market vaping as a de-stressor, but nicotine can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. 90% of those who quit felt less stressed, anxious, or depressed. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
Tonight's game brought to you by Caldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate. Call Caldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate for all your real estate needs in Central Washington at 509-888-8887. Also by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their #1 priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pickup and drop off is available. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. Panthers up to bat here. It's James Butler, the catcher, as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Butler walked his first time up. Big right-handed catcher, batting over 500 so far this season.
Enough to home half of the third inning.
On deck is the second baseman, Brock Toffness. And in the hole, the third baseman, Ryan Rainbolt. Bodie Yale stays on the mound for Eastmont. First pitch high. 1-0 the count. The pitch by Yale. Curveball just missed inside. 2 balls, no strikes now on Butler. Once again, it's Toffness and Rainbolt after that. Yale the pitch, it hits Butler in the left shoulder, and that's the second hit batter now. As Butler goes to first base. That brings up Brock Toffness, the second baseman. Once again, we're going to get a runner out there for James Butler, and once again, it's Ivy. Thomas Ivy, the senior, heads to first base as a pitch runner. Butler heads to the Panther dugout. Once again, it's Brock Toffness up to bat. Struck out his first time up. One of 2 strikeouts for Yale here so far in game number 1 of our doubleheader. Toffness, right-handed batter. Here's the pitch from Yale. Swung on, fouled back into the fence. No balls and 1 strike. Nobody out here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Panthers leading it 5-1. Outfield playing straight away on Toffness, who I mentioned struck out his first time up back in the 1st. The pitch by Yale. Right over the plate, strike 2. So the Panthers' second baseman in a hole here, 0-2. With Thomas Ivy, the pinch runner, on at first base. Yale looks in, here's the pitch. Toffness thought about it, high and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not a big lead for Ivy at first. Was caught stealing the last time he pinch ran. Now to second base. Double play opportunity for Eastmont. Did they get it? They did. And a nice double play for the Wildcats. They needed that one, and that's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. That brings up the third baseman now, Ryan Rainbolt. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the 1st. Big first inning for the Panthers. Or I should say second inning. Rainbolt, right-handed batter. 5 runs scored in the 2nd for the Panthers, and that's where we sit 5-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Yale, the pitch. It's hit hard on the ground between short and 3rd. Base hit for Ryan Rainbolt. That'll bring up the left fielder, Ryan Branham now. With Raiden Haynes on deck if we get there. Branham had a hit to left field, scored a run as well back in the 2nd. Swing and a miss on that changeup. 0-1 the count. Once again, Thomas Ivy, the pinch runner, is at first base. It looks like, or I should say, Rainbolt is out there. Ivy was out on that double play, so Ryan Rainbolt is on at first. Here's the pitch by Yale. Hit opposite field. This might be a tough play. It might have hit Rainbolt in the leg. The throw goes to first, and that is out number 3. So the Panthers strand a runner. Our score remains Wenatchee 5 and Eastmont 1 as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Right after this, stay with us.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Right, top of the fourth inning we go. Eastmont up to bat, and they will bring up the right fielder Jack Swedberg to the plate. He was hit by a pitch, stole a base back in the second inning. Was stranded on third. Here's the pitch. Once again, Godfrey, stays in there, fouled off into the Eastmont dugout. 0-1 the count. Panthers 7 hits on 5 runs, 2 hits on 1 run for the Wildcats. Pitch gets away from Butler. That evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Godfrey done a nice job for the Panthers here tonight, just giving up 2 hits and 1 run so far. Here we are at fourth, and there's another hit, a bloop single into left field. And Jack Swedberg gets his first hit of the night.
Batting first baseman, number 24, Ryan Walter.
And that'll bring up the first baseman, Ryan Walt. As Godfrey looks in. Rylan Walt, 6'2", 250-pounder, as I mentioned. He's a big boy out there. That first baseman struck out his first time at bat. Jack Swedberg at first base. No outs here, top of the fourth. Godfrey the pitch. Another bloop hit into right, but it's run down there. Nicely done by Griffin Butler. The throw to first gets away from the first baseman, but Butler chases it down at home plate. And the runner Swedberg will stay at first. That brings up the catcher now, Manny Barrios. Flew out to right field his first time up.
15, Manny Barrios.
1 down now, top of the fourth inning. Barrios, the right-handed hitter. Swedberg at first. The ball is thrown, and it's a wild throw to the first baseman, Haynes, as Swedberg goes to second. And now the Wildcats, a chance here with a runner in scoring position. As Barrios steps back in. Now Godfrey's got to keep an eye on Swedberg at second. That pitch low. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Here's Godfrey, the pitch. Hit down to second base. Toughness over to first, and that is out number 2.
That is the left fielder, number 11, Cal.
That'll bring up Cal Hunter now, the left fielder. Got a base hit into left field, 1 of 3 hits for the Wildcats as Swedberg goes down to third base. Curveball is outside with 2 outs now in the top of the fourth inning. Eastmont trying to peck away at this Wenatchee 5-1 lead. Swedberg's been on third a couple of times tonight. There's a solid shot, but right at the center fielder for the Panthers. That's Irvin. The catch is made, and that is out number 3. As we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, Wenatchee leads it. It's 5-1 over the Eastmont Wildcats. Back with more baseball for you on the NCWLIFE channel after this 1-minute timeout. Stay with us.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen? Meinen Zylinder überschwingt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren. Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragen Schlüssel. you?
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
There's no place like home. Because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories. And we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Baseball on the NCWLIFE channel brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control. Living healthy, local, and pest-free. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet-safe material around your home and your office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. Bottom of the fourth inning we go, 5-1. Wenatchee leads it. Wenatchee's 7 hits in the game. 3 hits for the Wildcats. Bodie Yale stays on the mound for Eastmont, and to the plate for the Panthers is the first baseman Raiden Haynes. He's 1 for 1, scored a run so far tonight. On deck, Griffin Butler, and then back to the top of the order for the Panthers and Owen Irvin. Here's the lefty Haynes working against Yale. First pitch, outside corner strike on Raiden Haynes. Boy, was that second inning that really hurt Yale. 5 consecutive runs for the Panthers on 6 hits in that inning. That pitch outside took something off that one. Evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch, hit sharply to second base and under the glove of the second baseman for the Wildcats, Colt Mosier, and on at first is Raiden Haynes. Haynes now 2 of 2 in the ball game tonight, and that brings up Griffin Butler. He hit a triple his first time up into right center field and scored a run in the second inning. So Griffin Butler was the one that emptied the bases for the Panthers to make it 4-1, and the Panthers added 1 more in that second. Once again, runner at first is the first baseman Raiden Haynes in this 5-1 ball game. Yale looks into his catcher, Manny Barrios, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Runner sticks around and the ball is foul tipped. It's no balls and 1 strike. Decent lead for Haynes at first. I would say it's a huge lead. No balls, 1 strike to the Panthers right fielder. Ball hit hard into left fielder. Left fielder going back. It's up against the fence. That'll score Haynes from first base all the way to second. Griffin Butler, and he's got himself a triple and a double tonight with 5 RBIs. How about that? Haynes has scored 2 runs. Butler a triple and a double, 5 RBIs, and that'll bring up the top of the order now for the Panthers, Owen Irvin. Lined out to shortstop in the first. Did get a hit in the left field in that second inning. Irvin will be followed by Godfrey and then Matthew Butler. Ball is laid down. Boy, nicely done. Good idea to try and get Griffin Butler over to third base. He's currently at second, but ball goes foul and it's 0-1. Owen Irvin, a junior for the Panthers. 0-1 count. Timeout called as Yale steps off the rubber. Game number 1 of our doubleheader here on the NCWLIFE channel tonight. Sit back and enjoy some baseball on this mostly cloudy Friday night here in the Wenatchee Valley. Here's the 0-1 pitch by Yale, hit hard, but right at the shortstop. And that is Llewellyn, throws to first, and that is out number 1. Griffin Butler, the base runner, stays at second base. That'll bring up Nolan Godfrey now, the pitcher. Flew out to left field his first time up, and then a double to center his second time. 1 for 2 for the Wenatchee pitcher tonight. Swing, fouled off. With 1 out here in the 4th. And a runner on at second base, it's Griffin Butler. Godfrey's had a pretty nice night. 1 for 2 from the plate, 3 hits and 1 run. He's the pitcher for the Panthers, and that's all he's given up so far as he takes strike 2. And it's 0-2 with 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning. Yale checks the runner Butler at second. Here's the pitch, hit hard into right field, but right at the right fielder. That's Jack Swedberg, makes the catch as Butler tags up and goes to third, and that's out number 2. But the Panthers have a runner at third. Matthew Butler now to the plate, the shortstop for the Panthers. Struck out his first time up, flew out to right field his second time. 0 for 2 so far tonight.
Matthew Butler.
Runner at third base, Griffin Butler. Here's the pitch, strike. And 0-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Yale continues on the mound for Eastmont here. Checks Butler at third. Here's the pitch, swung on right down to the third baseman. Having some trouble with it is on Tavares down to first. Wild throw. Run scores Butler, and that'll send Matthew Butler to second on that wild throw. So that's the second error now. I should say the first error on Eastmont tonight. That'll bring up James Butler now, the catcher. Walked and was hit by a pitch so far tonight. So really hasn't a chance to swing away here. Runner is at second base. Pitch outside. And 1-0 the count. Matthew Butler stands at second place. James at the plate. Here's the pitch by Yale outside. Takes the count to 2-0 with 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Yale looks in. Here's the pitch outside corner. There's a strike. 2-1 now the count. On James Butler, once again, yet to get a hit here tonight, and he has just been on a tear these first 3 games of the season for the Panthers. Timeout called at the plate. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Runner at second for the Panther. James Butler at the plate for Wenatchee. Here's the pitch, high and inside. Count goes to 3-1 now. Seven to 1 our score. Panthers did all the damage in the second, scoring 5 runs. Added a run in the 3rd and 1 here in the 4th. Yale checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch high to Butler, and he draws his 2nd walk of the night. So a runner at first and second, both Butlers on. Matthew at second, James at first with Brock Toffness, the second baseman, up to bat. Struck out in the first, ground out to shortstop in the third. Once again, Ivy comes on to run for James Butler. Butler has reached 3 times, and Ivy has come on 3 times. Two on, 2 out for the Panthers here. Bottom of the 4th, trying to add to this 7-1 lead. 9 hits in those 7 runs. Eastmont 3 hits on 1 run so far tonight. Boy, that's been the Wildcats' problem. Run production so far this season. Yale checks Butler at second. Inside, 1-0 the count. Yale might be running out a little bit of juice there on the mound here as we're in the bottom of the 4th. He's thrown a lot of pitches tonight, giving up 9 hits as I mentioned. Here's the pitch, outside, 2-0 the count. Walk to James Butler, the last batter, and now down to Toffness on a count of 2-0. Yale checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Low on that pitch as well. Now 3-0 the count. Doesn't look like Eastmont has anybody up and throwing right now either. Yale checks Butler at second. Toffness now shows bunt, goes back to a regular stance, takes strike 1. He thought that was the ball, but caught that inside corner, and the count's 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike to the Panthers shortstop Brock Toffness. Here's the pitch, way outside, and the second consecutive walk handed out now by Yale, as that brings up the big third baseman Ryan Rainbolt. Hit by a pitch in the first, and then got a base hit into left field in the 3rd inning. Bases juice for the Panthers here, already leading 7-1. We may see some kind of change now as Coach Darren Hoff makes his way to the mound and looks at his player roster. We'll take a timeout for this pitching change. Here we are, bottom of the 4th inning. Panthers, the bases loaded with 2 outs, and the Panthers lead at 7-1. We're back with more here from Rec Park in 60 seconds. Stay with us.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
All right, we're back, and after a long meeting at the mound between head coach Brian Hoff and the pitcher Bodie Yale, Yale will stay in there. Timeout called by Rainbolt at the plate. Count is 0-0 as Rainbolt just steps up there. Bases are loaded for the Panthers, though. Already leading 7-1, and boy, the Panthers have done most of their damage with 2 outs tonight. Here's a little grounder to third base. Nice play there. Wild throw to first. That's going to score at least 1. Here comes Butler to, I should say, Ivy to score. Sliding in at home safely. Also for the Panthers is Brock Toffness. And we are at 10-1 now here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Standing at second is Rainbolt.
Number 13, Ryan Branham.
So Ryan Branham now to the plate, the left fielder. Got a hit in the first inning and then grounded out to shortstop in the third. Runner at second base is Ryan Rainbolt for the Panthers. Now leading at 10-1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. Check swing. It's a strike. And the count goes even now. 1 ball, 1 strike. If Branham gets on, the Panthers will bat around in this inning. It'll bring up Raiden Haynes, who started it all off with a hit to right field. Here's the pitch outside. 2-1 the count. With Rainbolt still at second base. Yale checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Right over the middle. 2-2 now the count. With 2 outs here, bottom of the fourth inning. Panthers have kind of blown this one open now late in this game number 1. Here's Yale, the pitch. Breaking ball outside, gets away from Berrios, and that allows Rainbolt to run down to third base. The Panthers now with a runner on third and a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes to the batter, Ryan Branham. Here's the pitch by Yale. Breaking ball just high, and that's a walk for Branham. And the Panthers do bat around here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That brings up Raiden Haynes, who started this inning with a hit to right field and scored a run. First and third for the Panthers. Trying to really blow this thing open now. Branham a hit to left field in the first. Grounded out to shortstop in the third and walked here to begin this bottom of the fourth. Throw over to first. Yale looking in, gets the sign from Berrios. First and third for the Panthers. Inside on that pitch. 1-0 the count. Outfield straight away on the lefty. Ryan Branham. Or I should say Raiden Haynes, rather. The runner goes on first base, pretty much uncontested. That's Branham. And the Panthers now with runners at second and third. That takes the force away from Eastmont, and the Panthers have 2 runners in scoring position. Raiden Haynes, 2 of 2 tonight. I think I got that mixed up. Haynes having a great night. A hit into right field in the first and led this inning off with a hit into right field as well. 2-0 the count. 2 balls, no strikes to the Panther first baseman. Here's the pitch by Yale. High foul behind us. Two and 1 the count. Still 2 outs here, bottom of the fourth. Big fourth inning for the Panthers. The pitch by Yale. Hits that outside corner strike, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at second and third as Yale steps off the mound. Trying to get his signs correct with his catcher, Manny Berrios. Here's the pitch. Swung on, little dribbler foul down the first base line. The runners stay where they are, and the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, Yale. 2-2. Breaking ball misses high and inside, almost hit Haynes. And now we've got a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. As our skies darken once again here in the Wenatchee area. Still about a 40% chance of rain, so we'll see if a few drops hit us here later on. Here's the pitch, it's high, and that's a walk again. And Raiden Haynes on base for the second time this inning, and this brings up the hottest hitter in this ball game, and that's Griffin Butler with 5 RBIs in the ball game so far. He had a triple in the first and a double here in the second. And that may be it for Bodie Yale as Coach Hoff comes out once again. Yale has struggled as he takes the ball from Yale, and we will have a pitching change. With that pitching change, we'll take a timeout. Bottom of the 4th inning. Panthers have the bases loaded and lead it 10-1. We're back to the Rec Park here in 90 seconds. Stay with us.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas, and introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at 2 great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and Eniac. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
When life gets stressful, reaching for a vape might seem like a quick fix, but vaping can actually make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. Each time you vape, nicotine tricks your brain into feeling rewarded. And the more you vape, the more nicotine receptors your brain creates. Over time, your body needs more and more nicotine to feel good. And when you can't get enough, you can experience withdrawal symptoms like anxiety, mood swings, and depression. Learn more at chooseyouwa.org.
10-1 our score. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 outs. The Panthers have the bases loaded as Eastmont makes a pitching change. They're bringing in Camden Schmitten. 5'10", 165-pound senior has made 2 appearances on the mound so far this year for Eastmont and is 0-1 so far on the season. Once again, it's a hot hitter, Griffin Butler at the plate for the Panthers. The sophomores had quite a night here tonight, a triple and a double with 5 RBIs in this 10-1 lead so far for the Panthers. Bases are loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Schmitten, first pitch way outside, 1-0 the count. Schmitten, the right-hander, like Yale. Boy, as a canopy now in right field. Some fans blows onto the field. We have a little downburst of wind. Looks like we might be getting some weather moving in on us here. There's players, coaches, you name it, out there that could retrieve that canopy. And you can tell the wind is blowing. Just came up here within the last about 10 minutes or so, and it's really cooled down as well. Once again, it's the relief pitcher, Camden Schmitten, at the plate for Eastmont. Griffin Butler stands at home plate for the Panthers. Wind still really picking up. As fans are taking cover under the shelter here at Rec Park. That ball in there for a strike, and that evens up our count. 1 ball and 1 strike. We might have a little rain squall moving in here. Fans are, as I mentioned, taking cover here at Rec Park. Here's the pitch from Schmitten. Ball is hit high into center field. right at the center fielder, Valente Barrios, and the wind, boy, wreaked havoc with that as Barrios makes the catch, and that ends the inning. After 4 innings here at Rec Park, it's been all Panthers. It's Wenatchee 10 and Eastmont 1. We're back with inning number 5 in 60 seconds.
The Wenatchee Bighorns are back in action against the Salem Capitals in TBL play on Thursday, April 17th. Join Grant Olson and Jamie Council with all the action here on the NCWLIFE channel. W.B. Smith Gym on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College is the home for Bighorns basketball, and you can see it live here on the NCWLIFE channel.
In 1964, 2 high school pals opened up a pizza parlor. Over 60 years later, their mission of providing a great value and family-friendly environment continues to thrive. And what's been their customers' favorite pizza since day one? The Abby's Special. This classic combo of pepperoni, salami with olives, mushrooms, beef, and sausage, and 100% real cheese tastes as good today as it did way back then. Enjoy great value and classic pizza at your neighborhood Abby's.
All right, top of the 5th inning here at Rec Park. Game 1 of our doubleheader here tonight on the NCWLIFE channel. It's been all Panthers, 10-1 as I mentioned. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, Nolan Godfrey stays on the mound as second baseman Colt Mosier stands in for Eastmont, takes strike 1. Only the second time up for Mosier tonight, struck out back in the second. Strike 2 as the umpire says he did go around, and quickly 0-2 on the Eastmont second baseman. Godfrey, what a game he's had tonight. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Godfrey's only given up 3 hits and 1 run so far here tonight. He's been on the mound the whole time here in game 1. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Tice Llewellyn. Walked.
Number 2, Tice Llewellyn.
And hit a fly ball into left field. First pitch strike. Owen won the count. Here's the pitch from Godfrey, inside corner, strike 2. Godfrey seems to be getting a little stronger here as this game is rolling along. Rain showers lightly falling now here at Rec Park. Here's Godfrey, the pitch, swing, and it's fouled down the third base line, and no chance for the left fielder Branham for the Panthers. No balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter, Tice Llewellyn. Swings at that one, high fly into right field. Butler flies over there, and it's out of play. That keeps our count at no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. As the wind has kind of switched directions, blowing into the booth now. Here behind home plate at Rec Park. Little bit of light rain falling. Here's the pitch right over the middle, strike 3. Second strikeout this inning for Godfrey. It's 5th in the ball game. And that's 1 down now in the bottom of the 5th, or top of the 5th inning.
That is the center fielder.
Brings up Valente Barrios.
Number 6, Valente Barrios.
Grounded out to second in the first. Did get on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning and was stranded at second base. First pitch a little bit high from Godfrey, 1-0 the count. Nobody on, 1 down, top of the 5th inning. Pitch hit hard into left field, out of the outstretched arms of Rainbolt, and a nice solid base hit for Valente Barrios. That'll bring up Bodie Yale now. Yale grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning, then reached on a throwing error in the third inning. So hitless so far on the night for Yale. Fourth hit for Eastmont on that shot by Barrios. Godfrey looks in right down the middle, strike one. Both teams with a couple errors here in this game one. Wind kicks up. Another hard hit down the left field line by Yale. That'll send Barrios to second base, and Eastmont with one out have runners at first and second. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Isaac Ontiveros, the third baseman. A strikeout in the first and a fly out to right field in the third inning. Boy, if the Wildcats ever needed their cleanup hitter to do some damage, it's right here with 2 on and 1 out. Swing and a miss into the backstop on the first pitch. Ontiveros will be followed by Jack Swedberg, who had a hit his last time up in the fourth inning. Swung on. Soft fly ball to the Panther first baseman Raiden Haynes, and that is out number 3. To the bottom of the fifth we go. It's the Panthers 10 and Eastmont 1. We're back to Rec Park in 60 seconds.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. With professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
More sports coming up for you next week here on the NCWLIFE channel. Next Friday, a week from tonight, we'll have boys soccer for you. Moses Lake at Wenatchee from the Apple Bowl. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen on the call. That live at 7 p.m. Then I'll be back with you for more baseball coming up on Tuesday, April 15th as Moses Lake travels here to Wenatchee to Rec Park to take on the Panthers. That game starts at 5 p.m. We'll have it live for you on TV at 7 p.m. So we're just getting going here in our spring schedule. Hope you stick with us. Lots of sports still to come. Owen Irvin at the plate, the leadoff hitter for the Panthers. 1-0 count, now 2-0. One of 3 so far on the night for Irvin. That hit back in the second inning, a hit to left field. That pitch from Schmitten misses outside, and the count goes 3-0 now. Camden Schmitten took over the end of the fourth inning for Bodie Yale. Boy, that pitch Irvin wanted, and he should have. It's a strike on the outside corner. Takes the count to 3-1. Hit right to the third baseman, Isaac Ontiveros. Sharply hit, but that is out number 1 for the Panthers. It's the second line out to the shortstop tonight for Owen Irvin. 1 down, it brings up the pitcher, Nolan Godfrey. Did double in the second inning. 1 of 3 so far on the night for the pitcher Godfrey. Changeup outside. 1-0 the count. Nobody on here, top of the fifth. That pitch just down and inside. 2-0 the count. Schmidt very deliberate on the mound. Here's a high pop fly into center field. The wind once again playing tricks on the center fielder as he drops it. That was Valente Barrios. That wind is causing some trouble in the outfield. It's blowing pretty good out of the west, almost west-northwest. And the Panthers reach on an error. That'll bring up Matthew Butler, the shortstop for the Panthers. Struck out, flew out to right field, and reached on an error in the 4th inning. Runner at first. It's Godfrey. Here's the pitch. Curveball just misses outside. 1-0 the count. The pitch. Low and outside. Butler ahead in the count now. 2 balls, no strikes with that runner at first base. Panthers leading it 10-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Schmidt looks in. Here's the pitch. Late swing, and it's fouled back into the backstop. 2 balls, 1 strike on the Panthers shortstop. Schmidt checks the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on, another pop fly into shallow center field. Valente Barrios comes in and makes the grab. And that is out number 2. Brings up the cleanup hitter now, James Butler. Had quite a night. 2 walks so far tonight. Was hit by a pitch. Working as a different pitcher now, Camden Schmitten on the mound, with the Panthers still a runner at first base, Nolan Godfrey. Schmitten looks in. Butler shows bunt. Schmitten goes over to first instead. And Godfrey back safely. Once again, Butler tonight. 2 walks and a hit by pitch, still in base, and he's down there is Nolan Godfrey. He goes to second. Panthers now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Schmitten, late swing by Butler to the shortstop. He grabs it over to first base, makes the catch, and that is out number 3. We go to the top of the 6th inning here at Rec Park in Wenatchee. Big League, Big 9 baseball for you tonight. It's Wenatchee 10 and Eastmont nothing. We'll be back with you in 60 seconds. Keep it right here.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and 0 emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Vape companies have a history of targeting teens. Now, they've been caught red-handed marketing to minors in Washington state and forced to pay millions in a major lawsuit. When it comes to your health, choose what matters. Choose you. Nicotine in vapes can increase feelings of anxiety and depression. Though quitting isn't always easy, it's a great way to care for your mental health. When you're ready to take control of your well-being, choose the Tomorrow Health app. It's free for Washington teens and proven to work.
Big Nine Baseball brought to you by the Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Plan your next tournament and event today. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time on the Full Swing S4 widescreen golf simulators. Give the Highlander a call at 509-884-4653. Panthers' new pitcher out there now. Looks like Thomas Ivey on the mound for Wenatchee. Been in the game a couple of times as a pinch runner today, but yet to make an appearance until now. Ivy so far on the season has made one appearance, so no win or loss record so far for Ivy, as the Panthers have used a lot of pitchers so far this season. We'll see what Ivy can bring to the Panthers pitching staff now. Right-handed pitcher. First up is Jack Swedberg for Eastmont. He was hit by a pitch in the second and got a hit into left field in the fourth. Top of the sixth inning. It's been all Panthers here in game number 1 of our doubleheader. Panthers trying to go to 3-1 overall and 2-0 in Big Nine play with a win here in game number 1. Ivy's first pitch outside, 1-0 the count to Swedberg. He'll be followed by Ryan Walt and Manny Barrios. That pitch also low and outside, ball 2. Ivy very deliberate on the mound as well. 3 straight balls now from the relief pitcher Ivy, and it's 3-0 on the hitter Jack Swedberg. Ivy delivers outside, and on 4 straight pitches, Swedberg gets the walk. So with no outs here in the top of the 6th, Eastmont a runner at first, bringing up Ryan Walt, the big first baseman for Eastmont. Strikeout in the second and a fly to right field in the fourth. My buddy Ken Murtaugh, the public address announcer, says Walter, but everywhere that I have looked on Eastmont's roster and such, it says Walt, so I guess I'm going to have to go with that. 1-0 the count on Walt. There's the first strike from Thomas Ivy, and that evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs, top of the 6th inning. Runner at first for the Wildcats, down 10-1. Here's the pitch. That also a strike. Right at the knees. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swedberg, good lead at first base. Here's the pitch by Ivy. It's right back to him. Changes direction. He corrals it over to first. And that's out number 1. Swedberg does go to second, so the Wildcats with a runner in scoring position. That brings up the catcher, Manny Barrios. Flew out to right field in the second, grounded out to second, back in the fourth. Runner at second for the Wildcats, 1 out. Pitch from Ivy, low that time, 1-0 the count. Dark clouds over Rec Park once again. Here's Ivy, the pitch, low and in the dirt. Nice stop by Butler. And the count is 2 balls, no strikes as Butler comes out to talk to his pitcher Ivy. Once again, Eastmont right fielder Jack Swedberg on at second base. Walked and then stole a base. Barrios will be followed by the left fielder Cal Hunter for Eastmont. 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch from Ivy. Low once again, 3-0. With 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Ivy looks in. Misses on that pitch as well. 4 consecutive pitches. And that's the second walk for Thomas Ivy since he has been in relief of Nolan Godfrey.
And pitcher number 10, Cam Schmitten.
Here's the pitcher Schmitten now, hitting in that number 8 spot. First time up tonight. 1 out, 0-1 the count. The pitch by Ivy, outside corner. Strike 2, 0-2 the count. 2 on for the Wildcats. Jack Swedberg on at second, Manny Barrios at first. Ivy looks in on the 0-2 count. Just outside, 1-2 now. Ivy the pitch. Late swing, and that's strike 3. And out number 2 for the Wildcats here in the top of the 6th. Brings up Colt Mosier, and no, it's not. Substitute into the lineup for Eastmont. It's number 9, Jackson Shaytrand, a 6'1", 180-pound senior. Two outs now, top of the 6th inning. Shaytrand at the plate. Hope I'm pronouncing that last name correctly.
Vote number 9, Jackson Shaytrand.
Ivy looks in. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Nice stop by Butler once again. Still 2 runners on for the Wildcats with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Shaytrand has only made 2 plate appearances so far this season. 0 for 2. Fouls that one back into the screen. Evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ivy gets the signal from his catcher, Butler. Here's the pitch. Curveball right over the plate. 1-2 now the count. Oh, Shaytrand knew that was a nice pitch, and he wishes he would have taken it. Ivy checks the runners. Here's the pitch. Little bit low on that curveball. And the count goes even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swedberg at second. Manny Barrios at first for the Wildcats. Down by 9 runs here in the top of the 6th inning. There is strike 3 on Shaytrand. And the second strikeout this inning for Thomas Ivy. And that does it for 5.5 innings here from Rec Park. Going into the bottom of the 6th. It's Wenatchee 10 and Eastmont 1. Back to the park in 1 minute. Stay with us.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. We can just
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Big Nine Baseball here on the NCWLIFE channel is brought to you by the Kennedy Real Estate Group. They're more than selling houses, they're building community. Buying or selling, call the Kennedy Real Estate Group online at kennedygroup.com. And by Les Schwab, having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously. Stop by and see them today. All right, bottom of the 6th inning, Panthers lead it 10-1. They'll bring the second baseman Brock Toffness to the plate, followed by Ryan Rainbolt and then Ryan Branham for the Panthers. And it looks like it might not be Toffness. So we'll see some different faces possibly here at the end of this one. Game number 1 of our doubleheader. At the plate for the Panthers, Isaiah Rydell. He's a senior and a right-handed batter. Schmitten's first pitch outside, 1-0 the count. Pitch outside. Gets away from Barrios a little bit, and the count goes to 2-0. Panthers done all the damage tonight in the 2nd and the 4th innings here in game number 1 of our doubleheader, scoring 5 runs both of those innings. Here's the 2-0 pitch, make it 3-0. That one outside. Once again, Schmitten in relief of Bodie Yale, and 4 straight pitches. Rydell goes to first base. Up next for the Panthers, also into the lineup now. Don't have a number 7. Interesting. Oh, it's 17. I'm sorry. Owen Patton in there now, the senior. Fouls that one off. 0-1 the count. Runner at first, no outs here at bottom of the 6th. High fly ball left field. That's going to go foul. Oh, 2 the count here with no outs in the bottom of the 6th. Panthers have a runner at first base. Here's the pitch. It gets away from Barrios a little bit. That allows Patton to run down to, or I should say Rydell to run down to second base. He's got a stolen base tonight, a walk and a steal as Patton faces a 1-2 count. Schmitten looks in, the pitch low once again and in the dirt. That evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, the Panthers trying to push their overall record to 3-1 and 2-0. Sharp hit down the third base line, fair. That'll score Rydell from second. Patton will put the brakes on at first base, and the Panthers lead at 11-1. That's 10-run rule, and that'll end this first game. 10-1 after 4 innings, I believe, is the rule. And then they call the game, and that's where we're at right now. So the Panthers will go on to win this one by a final score of 11-1. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back with more right after this.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
A new video game, a movie, dinner with friends. There are a lot of things worth saving up for. Vapes aren't cheap, And buying pods over and over can stop you from affording things you want more. When it comes to your money, choose what matters. Choose you.
When life gets stressful, jumping into your passions can help you find your calm. Avoid vapes, which contain nicotine and can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas. And introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at 2 great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and Eniac. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
We are back at Rec Park where the Wenatchee Panthers defeat the Eastmont Wildcats in Game 1 of our doubleheader tonight by a final of 11-1. And the player of the game is sophomore Griffin Butler for the Panthers, a triple and a double along with 5 RBIs on the night. So he is our NCWLIFE player of the game. We have another game coming up for you. Game 2 of our doubleheader as Wenatchee improves to 2-0 in Big 9 play and Eastmont falls to 0-2. So keep it right here on the NCWLIFE channel. We'll take a bit of a break and we'll bring you game number 2 coming up a little bit later on. Keep it right here.
Give and go. Good shot.
Thanks for joining us for live coverage of Prep Spring Sports on the NCWLIFE channel. Today's broadcast has been brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Tacos Chava, Together for Youth, and Valley Tractor. We now return you to normal programming already in progress.
Scoring is Brittany Howe, and a 2-run double for Bella Clinton makes it a 5-0 ball game.